Hey everyone, welcome back. I want to do a short video today on Trump's VP, okay, Vice President J.D. Vance. Okay, so this is an Ohio senator that I've never heard of before. Okay, and I mean, why haven't I heard of this guy? Well, I'm not. Even though I follow like overall politics. I don't get too focused in on any one particular area. But he said something today. I heard him say something that is like, I'm all in for J.D. Vance, okay? And it wasn't even gun rights related, okay? He said that Google needs to be broken up. And absolutely 100% Google needs to be broken up, okay? So, because here's the thing, regardless what else you think might be important, by Google having a complete monopoly, and it's not just Google, right? Because Google also owns YouTube. So Google is like the #1 search engine. YouTube is like the #2 search engine. So that's how much of a monopoly Google has. So Google is able to really control what people think, especially the next generation. Because here's the thing: I've got a young boy that's in the 3rd grade, going into the 4th grade, and a couple of times throughout the year, he came to me and he had some question, and I didn't know the answer to it, and he told me, "Can we Google it?" And that like almost got underneath my skin, okay? Because I don't use Google. I try to use Bing as much as possible, or some other search engine. I absolutely hate Google. They definitely try to give you answers that push to the left socialist side. So there's a lot of times that my son has come to me, asked a question, I didn't know the answer, and he said, "Can we Google it?" And I don't want to get my son involved into the politics, or he doesn't need to. I went and I looked it up with him. But the point is, I hate that he's being indoctrinated in school that like Google is the source of all correct answers, okay? And that's not the case at all. So I think at like top priority should be breaking up Google, because if you got one side that's controlling all the information, they're going to affect the current generation, and they're absolutely going to affect the next generation. Okay, so yeah, I really like this thing that I heard from J.D. Vance. I just wanted to throw that out there. If you guys know any other stuff about this guy, let me know. I mean, I've heard he is pro-gun rights. I heard that at one point he was like, he supported red flag laws before he knew fully what red flag laws were all about. And then when he found out about more of the details regarding red flag laws, like there's like no due process, he was very much against it, and he spoke up against it, because realistically speaking, if you go up to anybody, right, and say, "Hey, do you support legislation to keep guns out of the hands of murderers, right, or people that have intentions to kill innocent people?" Okay, that is a loaded question that everybody is going to go along with, right? But then when you start filling in some of the details of how they're going to do it, all right, all of a sudden it's not such a great thing, because you start realizing that, hey, if they can just, randomly start selecting people that are, that are politically on the other side, and saying that these are dangerous people, they can deprive anybody of their gun rights. Okay, so anyway, this guy J.D. Vance, I never heard of him before today. I kind of suspected that anybody that Trump picked as a VP candidate would be pro-gun rights leaning, right? But the thing that really stood out from what I heard in this interview was that he supports breaking up Google, and I'm all for that. Okay, that's going to solve a lot of current problems and a lot of future problems. Okay, so drop some comments. Let me know what you guys think. Talk to you all soon.